Okay, hey witches. Someone requested me to do a video about the moon phases, and uh, I forgot their name on the comments, but they asked me to do a video on the moon phases and how to work with those with the energy. Okay, so as with all things on my channel, this is my take on it. Okay, these are my views. So I wrote down some quick notes real quick to cover. I'm going to start off with talking about the dark moon, okay? The dark moon is the best time for divination. It's one of the best times for divination. I would say really the full moon and the dark moon are best for divination, okay? Uh, but to stay on the topic of the dark moon, shadow work, meditations, uh, prophecy can come to you during that time. Dream magic is really strong at the dark moon. Um, Healing is very strong at the dark moon. Binding spells, banishing spells, um, and what else did I put on here? It is a very receptive energy in a way. And for some reason, I associate that really strongly with healing. Because I feel like on the dark moon's energy is just coming into you. Like, I don't know, it's one of my favorite feelings energetically. It just feels like energy is really coming into you, and it's healing. Um, and that does help with dream magic. That does help with healing. That does help with binding people, okay, or situations. Mostly people, okay. I'm not going to differentiate between dark and white magic or whatever, because to me, magic is just magic, and however you want to use it is up to you. You should always discern for yourself what you think is the best in any given situation, because only you know the situations that you're in, all right? So, I'm just going to quickly continue to go over the phases, and then I'm going to add some extra input about using the phases or whatever, because I don't want you to bind yourself or limit yourself with uh, these energies. Okay, so from the dark moon, then we go into, oh yeah, sorry. Also on the dark moon is the best time to make offerings to Goddess Hecate. Now, I make offerings to Goddess Hecate throughout the lunar month, just whenever I feel like I should, whenever she requests something, okay? Anytime that I do a spell with her or a ritual that involves her, I always give her an offering, okay? Regardless of the moon phase. But when it comes to just regular, kind of just the devotee aspect of reverence, honoring her, I give her offerings on the dark moon, which is traditional, and I don't request anything. I just give her the offerings then. And I'm not using it for a spell, or I'm not doing it for a spell, or requesting anything in return from her. I just give her offerings on the dark moon, okay? But anytime that you do use magic and you invite Hecate or invoke her or call upon her name, and any kind of ritual or magic, you should also give her an offering because it's respectful with any spirit. The same as if you have a guest at your house, you would be like, do you want some tea? Do you want some coffee? You just offer because it's respectful. You want to make sure you do that with the spirits. All right, now going to the next phase. From the dark moon, we go into the new moon and the waxing moon phase. And this has an energy of increase, okay? This brings an energy of things are progressing, things are growing, things are increasing, okay? You could use that energy for empowerment spells. You could use that for bringing in abundance or manifesting abundance, creation magic, creativity, and also healing as well. I don't want to break down as far as what spells to cast during these phases because really I'll get into that when I get to the end of this. I just want to let you know what energies are present. At the full moon, the energy is an energy of culmination. So I would really associate that with completion of things, bringing things to completion, success, okay? Invocation, and also I put fertility, okay? For the waning phase, this is an energy of decrease, so it's destructive, and that could be gentle or more violent and aggressive, depending on some different things, how you use it, namely as well. This is a good time for also overcoming things, okay, like overcoming addictions, overcoming obstacles, overcoming enemies, okay? It's a really good, strong energy of overcoming things because of that destructive, decreasing energy, okay? So that's like the energetic overview, all right? Now I want to say that you don't need to let that limit what spells and rituals and magic that you do during those phases, because you can cast really any kind of spell during any moon phase, but you have to make sure that you make your intentions aligned with whatever energy of the moon phase that it's in, okay? So for example, a lot of people think that you should only cast a money spell during like a new moon or a waxing moon or a full moon, and they'll think it's not a good idea to cast during the waning moon. Well, that's not necessarily true. You just have to align your intention properly. So if you want a spell that brings you in more money, and you would use the intention like that, definitely cast that during the waxing moon phase, during the new moon, the waxing moon, or the full moon, okay? But if you are in a situation where you really need to do it fast and it's the waning moon phase or the dark moon, you'll just adjust your intention a little bit to where your intention will be to banish poverty or banish the lack of money or overcome the lack of money, okay? Overcome poverty, okay? So you just have to make sure that you have the right intention during the right phase of the moon when you're casting the spell, okay? So this can also apply to love spells. If you want to cast a spell for love, to to bring more love into your life. Once again, with that intention specifically, you would do it in the waxing phase, in the full moon phase, or you can tweak your intuition. I keep wanting to say intuition. Or you could tweak your intention to, if you want to cast a spell during the waning moon or the dark moon, to banish a lack of love and banish an absence of love in your life, okay? So this can apply to anything, all right? A success spell. You can, in the waning moon, you can banish failure, okay? Things like that. So really, don't limit yourself of what spells you can cast during these phases. Just make sure that you align your intention properly with the moon's energy, because whenever I was new to magic, excuse me, y'all, whenever I was new to magic and casting spells, I limited myself by the moon phases, all right? And a lot of beginners do that. Or another thing that I did was I just disregarded the moon phases altogether. And a lot of beginners do that too, and that's definitely not a good idea. You want to take into account the moon phases because it does have a strong influence on the success or failure of your magic. So you do want to make sure that you acknowledge the moon phase. And you want to make sure that you align your intentions properly to whatever moon phase it is at the time that you're casting your spell, okay? You definitely want to keep a lunar calendar or something like you can use moongiant.com or just an almanac or something that has the moon phase for you, and plan out your spells, okay? You can plan them out in advance. But that's really just my quick input on that as a summary anyway. So I will tell y'all something else though. That will help you have more powerful results. The more that you align your spell casting, your rituals with astrology, the more powerful that your spell will be, because as above, so below. So this does not just apply to the moon phase, all right? You can also be aware of the sun. What constellation of the zodiac is the sun in? Okay. What constellation of the zodiac is the moon in? All right. Pay attention to that too, because that will also contribute to the success or failure of your magic, and also to how powerful it is. All right. So look at that. You can get the app on your smartphone that I use. It's called Star Chart, and you can get it in the Google Play Store. And you can like program it days ahead, or even look at the past, or the present time, of course, and see where the moon is and what constellation it's in. And y'all can easily look up the different influences that the moon exerts in the different constellations, all right? You want to take that into consideration as well. This is more advanced witchcraft, but I mean, it's important. It really is, because you don't necessarily have to consider this part about the constellations. You could just go by the moon phases itself. But once again, for example, you might be casting a money spell during the waxing moon, okay, or during the waning moon, where you're banishing lack or poverty, but the moon might be in a constellation that has nothing to do with finances or money, okay? It might be in like Pisces or one of the water constellations, and that would be more better suited to doing spells that involve emotions or love. So just, these energies are all contributing. The universe is a living organic thing. So each lunar month, things are different as the moon goes through its phases, goes through the zodiac constellations. The sun is moving through the constellations, and that all plays a role in the energies that are contributing to the present atmosphere, okay? And whenever you cast the spell, you're drawing on those energies, okay? Whether you're doing that consciously or not, anytime that you cast a spell, it's drawing power and making an imprint with the energies that are presently available in the atmosphere, okay? So I just wanted to also include that. And once again, you can easily look up on Google or something like the moon's influence in the different constellations, the sun's influence in the different constellations, and don't look up the zodiac meaning as far as like if you're born or whatever with that. Look up the magical influence, okay? And you will find information on that. So let me know if you have any more questions about this. I hope this video gave you some useful information, and I hope that you apply it and test it out, because definitely once I learned this and I started applying it in my spells and my magic, it has really helped me to become more powerful, okay? The more that you align with astrology, the more powerful results that you will have, and longer lasting, okay? So I hope this helps. I hope this answers your questions really, and I hope that you will apply it. To the person who asked for this information, and to everyone else, same thing. Y'all please leave a comment if you want to add anything, if you have any questions, if you want to do a video about this, do it and let me know, because I would like to see that. I love sharing information, and I love also learning from other people, from other witches, from their experience. So y'all please like, share, comment, and subscribe on this. And yeah, blessed be.